Hey everybody, welcome back to Midwest Foodies Kitchen. I am Vanille, aka Venetia. You know I have many monikers.
I'm Chanel,
aka
Erin.
Okay, she got their wig on today, so she's Chanel, okay? So today we are back and at RPM Steak here in Chicago. We have our meal here, which is a tomahawk steak, well done. You guys see it, look at here. I just want to let you all see how good that looks. Look at that rich redness there. Oh my goodness. We got it well done.
It looks so good.
We got it well done. It looks like we have it medium well though. They had to slice it up so that it doesn't get too burnt because it's such a large steak. And then we have the Millionaire's potato, which is a whipped potato with cheese as well as black truffles on top. It looks so good. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to taste that. It smells good. You know, truffles have a really like pungent smell, like they're really strong, and I smell them. The truffles smell a lot like mushrooms, and I'm excited to take. Yeah, she wants me to remind you guys that our meal here, this steak alone is $220. It is a mixture between a black Angus and a Wagyu, a Japanese and American. So the black Angus and Wagyu came together and made this tomahawk steak. Look at how big that bone is. So it's a nice marbled, rich piece of meat, and we are excited to dig in. It smells so good. And yeah, I guess we could get started right now. Everything, they cut it up for us, I guess because we wanted it well done.
Yeah, so just to get like all of the kind of like around it.
Yeah, just so it doesn't get burnt. So
the bone's pretty charred.
The smaller pieces here are like the money shot pieces. You see the smaller pieces, and that's the more tender part, the more flavorful part of the steak, and then this is the rest of it. It looks pretty juicy from here, so it should melt in our mouths. This is my first time having a tomahawk steak.
Yeah.
How about you?
So this is my first time having the real tomahawk. When I was in Texas, they had a alternative, what they called it, but it wasn't.
Was it a name for it?
Yeah, it was tomahawk, but they said it wasn't the real one. That's why it was cheaper.
Oh, so it was a knockoff tomahawk steak.
Pretty much.
Okay, which is just like a ribeye steak. It's marbled perfectly, and they say that this melts in your mouth, so I'm excited. They gave us some extra seasoning here. If you want to show them, so I guess it's seasoned with like salt and pepper, but they gave us that just for some extra flavor. And I'm ready to kind of dig in. Are you gonna use some of that?
Probably let's see how it tastes first.
Okay.
And if we need to add more, we'll.
Cool. So I want to taste a piece of this over here. So
you can tell it's juicy.
Oh my goodness, it's nice and juicy. You guys see it? Yeah. Oh, you see the juices dripping? Yeah, it is. I see some kind of little blood there, but we're gonna try it. Oh yeah.
I guess the red is just to keep it juicy.
Oh my god. Okay, so I'll taste the char. So I'm glad they did cut it up. But man, that cut of meat is so good. The fat. There's a lot of fat in there.
Yeah, let's add some of that.
Okay, so they have a spoon. You can add some to yours. Oh, yes. I kind of like it like this. I guess I'll try that eventually, but I'm gonna try another piece of this. Man, it's dripping, you guys. Like, Okay. That's a lot of seasoning. Is it good with the seasoning? Was it too much? There wasn't too much seasoning?
Perfect.
This piece has a lot of fat on it. Okay, so I want this. I'm not even gonna be able to take too many more bites. I'm sorry. I'm gonna take these two pieces right here because I know that I'm almost done. I want to try it with the little seasonings on there.
Oh yeah.
Let's see. I'm gonna stir it up. This little spoon is really cute too.
It's like a teaspoon.
Like a little bitty baby spoon. Oh my gosh. So this is a really big piece. After
This
this,
is very potent.
Is it really potent?
Seasoned, yeah. That's why it's good to use just a tad bit.
Oh my gosh, y'all see how juicy that looks? So, okay, I'm gonna try this and then we're gonna talk about why we're here. You wanna tell them why we're here today?
Yeah, sure. The right amount of season. Not too salty, not too dry. This season was so good. I may ask them to bring more. So good. It takes it to the next level. See the tad bit is so potent.
Woo-wee. Okay, I'm just trying to understand all the flavors in my mouth right now. Taste some citrusy flavors, salt, taste the char. The meat is so soft. This is like the softest steak I've ever had. The fat even tastes different. It's good. How do you like it?
I love it.
Did we ever tell them why we're here?
Yeah, but before you say that, I can say that this steak specifically is the best steak I've ever tasted, because normally when I go to different restaurants, it's like I'm halfway pleased, because most people don't know how to like cook well done steak. It normally comes out burnt or less tasteful. This is actually like very flavorful, and I actually like how like around the edges it's pretty charred, and right in the middle it's really juicy. So that's kind of like my taste on steaks. So yeah.
Okay, that was a good breakdown.
Pretty impressed for the most part.
Okay. Well, now that that's over with, you guys, this is our. Sorry. Bless you. This is our, I guess, Valentine's Day part 2. She wanted to take me out, and she's been talking about this place. And on Valentine, we could not get this place because it was overbooked, and of course because of COVID. So I actually chose a place for us to go to, and it was Baracos. And we had, I think we had seafood, or I forgot what we had. No, pasta or something like that. And it was pretty good. I mean, it was the last minute. I was pretty pissed that I had to pick the place at the last minute, because she had told me she was going to do something for Valentine's Day. And of course that didn't happen, but I guess she's redeeming herself now with this steak, and it's pretty good. I love the ambiance here. I'm going to show you all a video of like the side of the restaurant that we're on. Is so beautiful. The setup is amazing. Right now there's not too many people here because we came in at 3:30 p.m. I think that things will start moving a little faster around maybe 5 or 6 o'clock, where people typically come to dinner. But we wanted to get an early start, just because we do have a couple other things to do today. And so yeah, I think that I want to try this millionaire's potato. So I definitely can believe it's a millionaire's potato, because this is definitely a millionaire's restaurant. It's not the cheapest, but Tomahawks anywhere are gonna typically cost because of the cut of the meat. But you want to go ahead. I'm gonna dig into this potato. Oh, it's softer than I thought it would be. Oh yeah, it's mashed on the inside. Okay. All right.
It's not a buttery.
I want to get some truffle on there. It's super soft on the inside. Okay. This tastes better than I thought.
This is so good.
Oh yeah, it's delicious.
Did we show them?
Huh?
Did we give them a close up?
We could give them another close up, but I think we did in the beginning of the video.
Oh yeah.
So our phone died earlier while we were in the restaurant RPM Steakhouse, and we just wanted to give you guys an update on what happened. We did not get to finish our steak. We ordered dessert and we were not able to order it. I was telling her, like, hey, we don't need dessert. We had such a large steak and the millionaire's potato, but she ordered it. It was some ice cream cake. It tastes okay, but I was way too full. My true opinion about the steak is it was a bit much. It was good, but we did have one hiccup about it, and that was that it did come chopped up. We didn't know that they were going to do that, but since it's such a large steak, they cut it up. We mentioned that earlier. And two, there was some blood on the plate. We are not used to that, so I think that both of us felt a little bit woozy after, because we're like kind of like ate blood. We're not used to that. I know a lot of people like their steaks like that, but we are stern on having it juicy but well done. It was juicy, but just medium well. A little bit rare for our taste, but we never finished the steak, guys. We never finished it. I guess it was all about the experience of finally having a tomahawk, which is something we can always, it's something to talk about. Yeah. We had it, we came, we saw it, we conquered. We didn't conquer the full steak. What did you think about it?
Oh, the only thing that I kind of like had bad to say about it was chopped. So they cut it up instead of like having the meat like on the bone. They chopped it up so we can kind of like, I guess, get the entire flavor of it. I don't know, but I think it was, for the most part, it's pretty decent.
Okay, so you would have rather had it on the bone. Like, you like the...
Pretty much bone in.
You like the idea of cutting your steak up, basically.
Pretty much.
Yeah, because, I mean, it is a whole experience, cutting your meat up. How many different meats do we have that we cut up and eat? There's something about a steak that's like, it's meant to happen. There's a process in eating it. And, a steak taco isn't the same as a steak because of the way it's cut, the way we eat it. So it just seems like, it's just it's fancier to cut up your steak. And they did it, and without asking. But the service there was amazing. It was amazing. The ambiance was so pretty. The servers were very attentive toward us. And overall, it was a really great experience, and I would go again for a special occasion, just because it was a bit pricey. Like we mentioned, the steak was $220, and then we had the one piece of king crab, which I'll show a picture for you guys. And we had the millionaire's potato, and I had a glass of wine, Moscato, and you had 2 Long Islands. Yeah. And what else did we have? We had the little dessert, and the bill came out to be maybe $375 or something like that. So it wasn't a cheap meal. That's definitely a special occasion restaurant, but we would go again. I would say I would go again. Would you go again?
Yeah, I would just choose something else, like
something different,
some seafood, because they actually have the seafood RPM.
Oh, the RPM seafood. Yeah, they have the RPM Italian, and then they have the RPM seafood and steakhouse. I've been to the Italian, RPM Italian restaurant before, and it was really good. It was delicious. We had the entire spread, pretty much everything on the menu, because I went with my the company I was working for at the time, and I remember it being really, really good food, and the ambiance is really nice. So if you guys are in Chicago, check it out if it's a special occasion. Like I said, great service, great ambiance. I don't think you all will regret it, but I would not recommend getting a Tomahawk for $220. They did have lesser expensive steaks, ribeye steaks, T-bone steaks that were a lot cheaper than those. So yeah, we should show them a video of the ambiance, right?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so stay tuned and take a look at the 360 view of the area that we were in. Here it is, RPM Chicago. Yeah, smile.